So I wanted to make this video for non-Jews, Noachides, for anybody who is not Jewish, basically. Obviously, it's going to be focused on my Facebook group that I created a few years ago, which is about Judaism. It's called About Judaism Now. And the idea that I want to share is in terms of relating to the current events. I think it's important for all those who are interested in Judaism, who are in the process of converting, who converted, that the world is changing. And right now we see that the entire world, literally the entire world, every country is involved with what's happening in Israel. I don't know if you know, but sometimes there are wars happening in the world and not everybody knows about it. Somehow, Israel, who is not even the size of New Jersey, which is one of the smallest countries in the world, everybody is involved. There's a good reason for that, is that according to Judaism, the Jews are supposed to be a light into the nation. If the Jews don't behave like they're supposed to, then we become not such a great light for the nation. But the idea is not to criticize or accuse anyone. The goal of this video is to send a wake-up call. We have to understand that everything that's happening in the world was basically, all the major events were already predicted in the Torah, in the Tanakh, in our Bible. And we knew something was going to come. We knew something big was coming. According to many, this war that's just started, or at least it started a few years ago, but that really blew up the way it is the war of Gog and Magog. It is one of the process necessary for redemption. Obviously, nobody knows the exact details, if it's going to be a long or short war, but we know it's going to be difficult. We know there's a purge that needs to happen, a purge of evil. And I'm not trying to be political in this video. What we want, what we're fighting for, what the Jew stands for, what Judaism stands for, and Judaism is a universal religion, or I don't like to call it a religion, it's a universal path to God. And Judaism is the only religion, or the only spiritual path that doesn't want others to be like them. You don't have to be Jewish. You can if you want. But the idea is that everyone has his own path. And the goal of Judaism and the responsibility of the Jews is to show where the evil is in the world and to destroy that evil. Now, the challenge that we're in today with the war is that, unfortunately, there are innocent Arabs, innocent Palestinians, innocent Israelis, innocent Jews that are dying. And that's not fair. Only God knows what's fair or not. But we are suffering the consequence of evil trying to destroy Jews and non-Jews alike. So that, and why is it like that? Because religions and humanity has failed, and includes part of our Judaism, has failed to live on the highest level and therefore to be a light into the nation. There's a lot of problem within Judaism. There's a lot of problem within every religion. But the Jews, in many ways, are responsible for what's happening in the world, says our Gemara, says our Talmud. The Jews are responsible to carry the burden of suffering from evil if they don't destroy it. So my call, my message is, I'm inviting, I'm praying, I'm begging everyone who supports Israel, who supports the the saving the life of innocent, who support love in the world, who support peace, to pray, to be part of those who are joining in the revelation of Moshiach, of the Messiah. We believe that the last war is what's gonna enable evil to be exposed and the Moshiach, the Messiah, to finally be revealed. Whoever you think is Moshiach, doesn't matter, Jewish or not. We Jews, we have our own belief about who the Messiah is gonna be. But anyway, we need God to intervene. We need for evil to be destroyed. We can only do so much. There needs to be, our consciousness needs to be elevated. The world needs to know what is true good and what's true evil. Evil has to be exposed and the good has to be revealed. And therefore, in Judaism, we teach that whoever participates and in the redemption has more chance to survive. I'm not going to go into the prophecies unless you ask me. I can speak a little bit about that, but about how many people are going to live or die, the potential, there's no exact details, but the numbers are pretty scary. However, we can change things. We still have a free choice. We still have the ability to manipulate, so to speak, because God put it that way, that we can manipulate based on our free choice the course of what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, how fast, how painful, or how easy. So every prayer you do for the innocents, for the good in the world, for God, for Moshiach, for Israel, for the innocent Palestinians, pray to bring justice, pray to bring love in the world, pray that the Jewish people should be one, because when there's no unity within the Jewish people, it brings, like we saw with the problem with Israel, and now all of a sudden, when it's at the literally almost a war, civil war in Israel, there is that Hamas attack. The same thing happened at the times of Hitler. The same thing happened at the time of Haman and Amalek in the Purim story. Same thing happened with Hanukkah. All the problems of Jewish people always come at the climax when the Jewish people are not united. And we need pain, suffering, and terror to happen to unite us. Like we are all united. What we hope is that this is the last time that we have to go through that. Because how many Holocausts did we have to go through? We hope that what happened last week was just the last step, the last contraction before the birth of God's revelation, of Moshiach, of a new world where people respect each other, love each other, and God is revealed, justice is revealed. So I'm begging, understand that every prayer you do matters. He says, whoever blesses Israel will be blessed. All our prophets said we should not be scared. God runs the world. Everything was predicted. There's going to be a war, and there's going to be those who are going to be scared and those who are not. There's going to be dead. There's going to be some who are going to survive. But the idea is, are you going to be part of the one who fight for justice? Are you going to be active participant, or are you going to be passive observer? Are you going to send prayers? Your prayers matter. Your tears matter. Your emotions, your thoughts matter. What you post matter. We are the battle. It's not a battle between Israel and the terrorists. It's a battle between good and evil. This is what we're fighting for. And therefore, every action you do with the intention to bring good into the world, the intention to bring justice, you help someone, you smile at others, you hold the door for someone, you help the old lady cross the street, you help the poor, you support those who are alone, people who are abused, who have trauma, whatever it is that you can do, that is in your capacity to do, to give, to do good in the world, do it in the name of justice, in the name of goodness, in the name of bringing good for the purpose to destroy evil, to bring light in order for the purpose to destroy darkness. But it can't be just Israel. It has to be everybody together. Israel does the part of teaching Judaism and to revealing what God wants. But let's remember that the purpose of the Jewish people is to bring humanity together. Right now, Israel is bringing humanity together, but in a way that everybody pays attention to what's happening in Israel, and everybody's discussing who is right, who is wrong, political stuff. Everybody's fighting. There's no unity, but everybody speaks about Israel. So we're all united in speaking about Israel and Palestinians. That's the hot topic. Whether it's through fighting or agreeing or supporting. So there's a unity thanks to the technology of the internet of communication. And now the whole world knows about it. Everybody speaks about it. So there's a unity in the world in terms of the same topic. We know that when God is going to reveal himself, it's going to happen in a second. How is that possible? Well, Moshiach is going to happen in a few minutes. They say, I think 7 minutes, or the whole world. We couldn't imagine what that meant. Today, with internet, everybody can know it in a few minutes. So, we're all united, but eventually we will be all united for truth and to see the true good and the true evil. So it's a wake-up call for the world, not just for the Jews. It's a wake-up call for everyone to participate, to understand what's happening, to bring the best of themselves, because we don't want to be here when Moshiach, when the Messiah is coming and reveal himself, if we haven't worked on ourselves, if we have no beautiful soul to show. How much good have you done in your life? Well, if you haven't done so much good, maybe it's time. If you're not so active about it, you just do it when it happens, then you do it when it happens, but it's not honorable so much. I'm talking to myself in the same time. We are all connected. These Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve is the Jews and humanity, and we have to become one together again to fight against evil. Evil is the snake, evil is the terrorist, evil is the evil that is the evil that's trying to destroy us through, we can speak about conspiracies, through political oppression, through injustice, through war, through media control, through the economical system. There's many ways there's many facets to the snake, to evil in the world. So our job is to fight that. And God willing, if we're all aware, if we do our part, and we realize that we are really one body, one organism, and all the good souls have to unite together to fight evil, then we can accelerate the coming of Moshiach, the revelation of God's justice and love for everyone in the world. And we won't have to suffer anymore, God willing. I pray. So find something you can do every day, even if in your everyday life, simple stuff. Learn the Torah. Whenever we learn the Torah, the Old Testament, you are learning what God wants. I also really encourage people who want to convert, or who have converted already, to read this book. It's really amazing. Bnei Avram Ahuvecha, Gerim, Converts in Hasidic Thought. It's by Dov Ben Abraham, who is a convert himself. It's a beautiful book, and it shows the more spiritual aspect of why they are converts, what's the spiritual system by which the soul of converts come, why it's a phenomenon, and the spiritual science behind it. And why, especially now at the end of time, you have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of converts who are joining Judaism. So this is my message. I love you all. I pray that there should be no more dead people, no more innocent people dying. The only thing that should die is evil in the world. If you have questions, please comment, send me a private message on Messenger, and God willing, we should see peace in our days and not have to suffer. I just want to finish by saying that all our prophets says that we should not be scared if we understand that the redemption is like a birth process. Only a woman who doesn't know that she's giving birth, it will be terrorized by the contraction, and while she has a belly like that, and why it hurts so much, and blood and everything, she's terrorized. But because she knows the baby is coming, she's not scared. She's in pain. It's difficult. She's worried, but she's not scared. She knows there's God. She knows there's a system of nature. So too, we at the final redemptive process, we have to unite together, we have to be strong together, we have to understand that God runs the show and everything that's happening is completely from God, and that we have our part with our free choice that's also from God, that He allows us to change a bit the course of action depending on what we choose. But if we it's all leading to a birth, to a moment of happiness, to a revelation of God, then there is hope, then there is strength, then we can withstand what's happening. So this is my message to the world, and I hope it has some level of comfort or it helps you. Be in touch. We'll see you, God willing, next time for better news and the joy of being all united as one, God willing, soon.